Hello and welcome back to Down the Track. In this episode, we will be previewing Super Sunday in the IPL, the first game between the Royal Challengers Bangalore and the Punjab Kings, and the second game between Sunrisers Hyderabad and the Kolkata Knight Riders. So the first game, Punjab versus RCB, both teams coming into this game with wins with some confidence. Punjab have had like some awful games where they've dominated and just lost it, but in the last game against KKR, they'll have a lot of confidence. At least they finished off, even though there's a little scare there. But Shah Rukh Khan, he made the difference. He's that finisher they've been looking for, scoring at a really good strike rate. I don't know what they were doing because he played really good in the first leg. I don't know why they dropped him in Dubai, but he's shown straight away that he's the player they're missing. And with that, Punjab looks stronger now. And Punjab always had a good team. It's just that they lose the crucial moments, and it's about keeping calm, pressure, mental strength. That's what they have to improve. They have to strengthen that. Whereas RCB, they've been in these positions as well, but they've relied heavily on some players. But Maxwell coming into play takes the pressure off AB and Virat Kohli. Harsh Patel has been really good with the ball. Yuzvendra Chahal, I think he's been outstanding, and everyone's now pushing for him to play in the World Cup. There's been a sensational comeback from him. Chahal, he was actually poor in the first leg of the IPL, so it wasn't a surprise that he was dropped from the Indian team. But with so many spinners there, you would expect him to be there as well. But he showed it now with the performance why he's there. It's not just okay, he's a leg spinner. He's very smart. He's slowing the pace as well. He's outfoxing the batsmen. He's letting them hit him, and that's where he's picking up wickets as well. So yeah, it's been brilliant from him. This clash is going to be interesting. Mayank Agarwal and KL Rahul, both from Bangalore, so they're coming up against RCB, against Virat Kohli, who is Punjabi. So it'll be a fun game. I feel the players to watch out for from RCB. Virat Kohli is looking in very, very good form. So he's one batsman I would definitely look out for. But I'm going to go with AB de Villiers just because he hasn't clicked, and it's been a while now since we've seen the AB masterclass. And also he's not been playing cricket consistently, so it does take time. But I think he's warming up now. You might see a big innings from him. So maybe AB to watch out for with the bat. With the ball, I'm going to go with Mohammad Siraj because although Harshal Patel is taking wickets left, right, and center, Chahal is picking up wickets. Siraj is, containing one end. He's bowling it tight. He's bowling it at a good line and length, and it's not easy for batsmen to hit him. He's been very disciplined with his lines and lengths, and it's allowing his teammates to pick up wickets as well. So Siraj is one bowler to watch out for. From Punjab side of things, I'll go with Mayank Agarwal. I think he's hitting it nicely now, and of course, much relies on him and Rahul. But if he can play a bit more aggressive now that he knows that there's Shah Rukh Khan there to finish it off. Of course, you don't want to bank on one player, but that will definitely give him confidence. And if he goes a bit more aggressive in the power play, it'll give that Punjab the extra 20 runs, 15 runs that they look for in each game. And then with the ball, I'm going to go with Arshdeep. This is in Sharjah, so I think this is Arshdeep's wicket, bowling those cutters, slower balls. This is his wicket. I think he's going to be lethal in this pitch. It depends on how AB Maxwell play him as well. If they take their time, they pick him early, then okay. But I don't think it's going to be easy. This pitch has died in Sharjah, so that's it's going to be difficult to bat on unless we see something completely different. From what I've seen in the last 5-6 games in Sharjah, it's going to be a difficult pitch to bat on. But I would just advise their batsmen. I mean, who am I to advise? But I would just say that the approach with the bat should be aggressive because it's a small ground. So even if you lose a few wickets early, it doesn't matter. Like if you get those extra 20-30 runs, if you get to 140, 150, it becomes a match winning total. So it's not, don't aim too high, 200, aim for the 140, 150, but try to get some runs in the power play, because when the field spreads out, it becomes even more difficult. It's a small ground, but the pitch slows so much. So I would just say the batsman should look to be a bit more aggressive. It could backfire, but if you get those extra 20-30 runs, then it will really give you a boost going in to the first or second innings, going into the second innings. And then the second game, SRH versus KKR. SRH bottom of the table. They're out of the tournament. They have nothing to lose now, and a lot of their players will have to make a case now because the auction is coming up. We saw Jason Roy coming up with a good innings. Jason Holder has bowled well, but they haven't played as a collective unit. They need to be backing each other up, especially with the bat. There needs to be more consistency. Not everything could rely on Williamson and Roy, although that's how they play. That's how they're stacked up. When these two do perform, Sunrisers do well. Warner is also not there. That's very unfortunate, like I mentioned previously. Rashid Khan has been really good against CSK. He had a bad game, but if you look out throughout the season, he's been good. He hasn't got the backing. Disappointing for me has been Bhuvneshwar Kumar in particular. He's the senior bowler, plays for India as well. He's been very, very disappointing. I hope in the last few games that he doesn't get dropped. Maybe he gets frustrated one game, but like he needs to get some confidence going into that World Cup, and he has that skill. I don't know where it is, but he has that skill. Let's see how he goes with KKR. It's been hit and miss. Morgan has not been informed with the bat. He's dropped a couple of catches as well. His captaincy has been good. I think a lot of people have criticized him unfairly. When Dhoni doesn't perform, people don't criticize him as much. But because he's a foreign player, there's more pressure on him because it's easier to replace foreign players, whereas it's harder to replace Indian players. You would say, because there's so many other quality foreign players there. But yeah, I think there's some unfair criticism there, but also some right criticism in terms of his batting. His batting approach needs to be he needs to do better. He's the captain of the team. He has to take responsibility and he has to step up. This is the game to step up for him. Venkatesh Iyer has been sensational, batting and then chipping up with opening the batting, then chipping in with overs as well. It's really good to see an Indian batsman top order who can bowl now. It's been a long time since we've seen that. So yeah, I think he's been the find of the tournament. Tripathi is also in decent form. How they're going to replace Russell, that's the key, because Narayan is chipping in and everything, but they need that lower order, kick, which they're not getting right now. And yeah, I don't know who's going to provide that. Let's see how it goes tomorrow. And let's see what kind of combination they do play. There's Tim Seifert there. I don't think he had the greatest of games in the last game. He's a more top order kind of batsman, but the top order is full. So they need someone in that middle order, KKR. The players to watch out for with the bat, I am going to go Jason Roy for Sunrisers. With the ball, I will go Rashid Khan. And then with KKR, I'll go with the bat. I'm going to go Eoin Morgan. I think he has to perform. He has to step up, play a captain's knock. And with the ball, Varun Chakravarti is not going to be easy. He's been bowling really well this tournament, and he's difficult to pick. But yeah, I think that wraps up both games. It's going to be a fun Sunday, hopefully. Some good cricket. I think Sharjah will be low scoring. The next game, I think it's in Dubai, the Sunrisers KKR. That will be more high scoring. Even if it's in Abu Dhabi, like we saw today, there'll be more runs, I think. That's my prediction. But yeah, let's see how it goes. Thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you like and subscribe and stay tuned for the latest content.